got our brother from Money Earning Mount Vernon, DJ Kevin Borden. My brother, yo, one of the legendary cats that used to do this hip hop when it was born back in the days. We thank you for your time, and we just want to go down memory lane with you, ask you a couple of questions, my brother. You know, you can answer them and just let the people know, because this is all about you, man. We celebrating you. We celebrating hip hop. Now, nevertheless, here's our brother Kevin Borden. Now, Kev, let me ask you this first question, my brother. Growing up in Mount Vernon, how was that when you was growing up in Mount Vernon?
Man, we had so much fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, coming up as Blade, I had a ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I could do it all again, it's like the little rascal. We had a ball. Especially with hip hop. Hip hop was breakdancing, graffiti, right? You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I wish I could relive my life again. I do the same way I did. We had a ball.
Okay, so now let's get into Blade, because this is what you was just saying. When did my brother DJ Blade become DJ Blade?
Oh man, you take me back, man. You know, back in the day, you know what I'm saying, we used to do our little graffiti thing, you know, a little breakdance thing. And I remember meeting this brother called Rob the Gold. Rob the Gold was probably the first cat that came out of the Bronx and started DJing. So because I was already, you know what I'm saying, took the name Blade from Static Control Crew or Squad, we started, you know what I'm saying, you know, I should say it came from that character that Wesley Snipes did, from the comic books. We used to draw from comic books. And that's pretty much where the name Blade came from. But you also my man Blaze, you know, we all took names, you know, back in the day, and that was our tag.
And okay, what year was this around, my brother, if you don't mind?
You know, I probably can't go that far back, man, you know what I'm saying, being in my 60s and stuff like that. I would say, man, you know, about teenagers and stuff like that, man, you know what I'm saying? We was probably junior high school, you know,
okay.
Before we get to high school, junior high, 7th or 8th grade.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So, yo, give us a little walkthrough right now, man, about hip-hop, how you feel about it now, how it was before, and where you think it's going.
All right, hip-hop back in the day, man, you know what I'm saying, was a lot of partying, all right? We had a lot of fun. But at the same time, you know, we had gangsta boogie, so you had to look out for the stick-up kids, you know? But for me, being, you know what I'm saying, being a teenager, man, you know what I'm saying, like, leaving Mount Vernon, jumping on the train, going to the Bronx, going downtown to these parties, man, you know what I'm saying, I had a blast, you know? Even coming back up to Westchester and then going to New Rochelle, Connecticut, different places, man, we had a blast. Now, back in the day when we was doing hip-hop, it was more like, you know, partying, having a good time. Then, you know what I'm saying, you get into the gangster rap thing and, you know, and industry gets involved because hip-hop is new. Back in the day, we didn't call it hip-hop. You had DJ playing music, we was out in the park, you know what I'm saying, you going to the games, you going to the park. Then you had the master of the ceremony. That's the man on the mic that started nursery rhymes and whatever, telling people what's going on at the park. All right? Rap is what, you know what I'm saying, the record industry and the rest of the world, once they jumped on the bandwagon. And I got to tell you, all right, it's the most popular, the fastest growing music ever in history, all right? Feeding a lot of people. You know, one thing I want to say, though, I just wish that the guys that are doing it now and the guys that were doing it back in the day can get together, you know, where we can celebrate and have fun and talk about the things we did instead of being so competitive, you know, and, you know, that's the only thing that bothers me. Seriously.
Okay, so the third part, where you think hip-hop is going now?
I think hip-hop's going to take over everything. I think that, you know what I'm saying, the move for hip-hop now is for more people of color, all right, to get in control of the business. And we're seeing that. And sometimes when you, you know, see guys that are really making really good deals, that are making a lot of money, you know, they got a lot of flash, a lot of bling, all right, that's important. But the most important part is the ownership. Take over. Own the record labels, own the distribution deals and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And keep on growing. Because same thing that can happen in music can happen also in the movies and Hollywood and all that stuff. We just gotta, you know what I'm saying, control our own lives and be owners.
Okay, that's what's up. Now we're gonna get to some juicy stuff, my brother. Now,
Here we go.
Okay, now back in the days, who was some of the top DJs that you had to go through, that you had to battle, who you probably was like, damn, okay, I got to work my skills, and we ain't gonna get to who was the whack ones. We're gonna keep that off because we want to keep this juicy and good. But when you was coming through, what are some crews and some DJs that you said, yo, okay, yo, he got it, you know what I mean? I gotta rock with this cat, yo, you know, this dude is gonna be something. Just give us a little journey, you know, when you was coming up and this is in your prime. I want to talk about in your prime.
Well, when I was coming up and I was in the game, man, you know, I had a lot of respect for everybody. You know, we used to have conventions and we invited everybody, you know what I'm saying, to get down, put their names on the flags. Okay, and I thought it was like, you know, commodity of all of us getting together, all of us having fun. And when I did parties back in the day, if a brother wanted to get on the mic, I had no problem with it. So you might have a crew of MCs that are down with somebody else, but we all down together, so they come behind the ropes where we at, you know what I'm saying? We let them get on the mic, do their thing. It's mad love. I'm gonna tell you something, a long time ago, like back in the day, we was on Mr. Magic, right? I was on Mr. Magic with Just a Four. And Keith Caesar from the Funky Four was there. And that's what I'm saying, how we all roll with each other. And it's so funny, man, that Mr. Magic asked Keith what's going on with the Funky Four, he got anything coming out? And Keith said, yeah. And he goes in the code, he pulls out the tape from right out of the studio the day before that. So Magic asked what you can play. And this is the joint. That's the joint. So Keith puts it on, Magic goes world premiere, and he plays it, all right? It's slammed. Guess who calls the studio? Sylvia Robinson. And she calls, she speaks to Magic for a minute, and then Magic hands the phone to Keith Caesar. And so after he finished talking to her, you know, he was like, well, she didn't like me playing the tape and stuff like that because it's not finished. But the thing is that we were all family. Everybody I got down with, you know what I'm saying, I was cool with everybody. So even the cats in Mount Vernon, man, you know what I'm saying, I have so much love, man, for the bucks in Mount Vernon, man, you know what I'm saying, and I just love doing parties with them back in the day. I think now it might be a little bit more competitive because everybody wants to tell their story. And everybody tells their story that they was on top. And I kind of chuckle with that because, you know, I'm a little bit past that, you know what I'm saying, that situation. So it's hilarious to me.
That's dope. That's dope. So when was your first time you rocked at a block party or at a party? When was your first time that you rocked and let the people hear who DJ Blade was?
Well, we did Memorial Field. We did 4th Street Park. And, you know, I'm not, you know, exaggerating and stuff like that. You know, when we were doing parties, man, because of the Monster sound system, you know, we had big turnouts, really big turnouts. I think the last time we did 4th Street, man, I got on my speakers, man, and I was on the ring, able to see over to the Dole Center, Cool Out Park. You know, we had a blast, man. That's back when Ray and Gus and them had the basketball tournaments in Mount Vernon. You know, and Millbanks would come through, Harlem would come through. You know what I'm saying? We had a ball. My man Lee used to get on the set back then. And I think that's when Puff pulled him to DJing for Mary.
Wow. So you're talking about Lee Davis, Easy Lee Davis.
That's my man.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. I remember that. He was rocking with Mary for a minute too. Strong, yeah. Mm-hmm. Facts. Okay, so now I remember you not from those locations, but I remember you right across the street at the Dole Center when I was like 12 years old, and you was rocking "Make This a Night to Remember." Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that, man. When'd you make that record and produce that, and why'd you do that, and what made you want to come with that? Talk about that.
All right, well, back in the day, man, you know, we were having so much fun, you know what I'm saying? Cap was starting to push stuff on vinyl. So listening to Mr. Magic show, you know what I'm saying? You had Brad's record there, all right? White Plains Road in the Bronx. So I happened to go down, I used to go to downstairs records and buy records. I used to go to Brad's and buy records, and T-Screw Valley catch the beat. Drunk. So I was trying to make a deal for me, and you know what I'm saying, the cats was down with me, solid seeing them, you know what I'm saying, going to the studio with them, and at the same time, KC, Tricky T, and Just a Four was already going in the studio, you know what I'm saying, to do a song with Brad. So we were supposed to go to the studio at the same time. Certain things transpired and stuff like that, so the cats that was MCing for me, it didn't work out. And Just a Four pulled me in. And, you know, on the train, going down to the Blank studio. They writing everything, you know. Tricky T said, yo, you gonna say something on the record? I said, yo, for real? He said, yeah, we're gonna say something on the record. So he wrote, when the cut is made, never delayed, cut so fast, get in the fade. And I just say, hey, y'all, that's me, DJ Blade. And it was history. I had fun, man, listening to it on BLS, riding the streets. Man, I had a super childhood, man. I really enjoyed myself.
What year was that when that song came out?
I have to look it up so far back, right? You know what I'm saying? I know it was in the, it was, matter of fact, it was before hip-hop got on BLS. It was still underground. That's when Magic was on HBI. You know, it was a college radio station, you know what I'm saying, down in Harlem. So, I'm sorry I don't have that information for you today, man. You know what I'm saying, me being the OG that I am. You know, some things I don't remember.
Okay, now that's cool. Yo, who were your MCs?
Oh, man, I had, you know, the funny thing, I had a couple of different MCs and a couple of different groups. And if I say names and I miss some, at least somebody out, you know, people feel it's going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know about the Just For. You know, the first MCs I had, you know what I'm saying, was Solid C, Cool Rock, Bobby D. Off the top of my head, cats that got down with me. All right. We had Roman Slice got down with Solid at one time. I had 3 females out of Portchester, Atlanta, her sister, Regina, and Angie, where I believe it came out of Rock. Mikey D got down. And the funny thing is that even MCs and rappers that got down with other crews, we went somewhere, they came with us and they partied with us, so it was all cool, you know what I'm saying? Mikey D got down, you know what I'm saying? Papa Duke Jam, Wayne Will. I remember when Brother Arthur, you know what I'm saying, was kicked up. Bad MC, man, he used to get it in. Ron Z, bad MC, man, you know what I'm saying? So, I've had a few of them. I had Carousel, Casey Rock. Can't forget Casey Rock, because Casey Rock went on, you know what I'm saying, to get down with Electra. He wrote a lot of stuff with Keith Sweat. He also got down with Tricky T, you know, and those guys, they were doing that thing. So, I know I'm leaving people out, and I apologize, you guys, like I'm saying, because it's been a long time, you know what I'm saying? It's been a long time.
Okay, there's one MC, you gave, that's beautiful. There's one MC you didn't name, but I seen perform with you, was Turtle Dove.
Oh, yeah. Well, Turtle was I think he DJed for the CB crew.
Okay, he was with the, okay, got you. Okay, so yo, right now I just want to open it up, man, and let you tell us right now things that you're doing. If you want to talk about past, present, and future right now. Yo, if you want to give us any stories, man, right now that you feel that from hip hop, and then I'm gonna ask you probably a couple more questions, man, and we won't hold you too long. We'll wrap it up. But first question I want to ask you though, before I let you get into about you, I did an interview with Brother Mark Collins of the Collins Brothers, and I had asked Mark because I had heard Mark say a couple of times when he was explaining to certain people in the neighborhood, or when he was explaining to DJs and MCs, that he coined the phrase money earning Mount Vernon, and he got it from when he was back in the days in Manhattan. As he tells the story, and it's on his story, that he got it from Manhattan when they coined the phrase money making Manhattan. So me just talking to Brother Mark, I said I never heard money earning Mount Vernon till Heavy D came along, and he said, yeah, he gives Hev the credit for taking it worldwide, but he wants to give himself, he said, I got to take the credit, Ed, for coining it. I coined it, but Hev took it universal. And I just want to ask you, coming up and all that, did you ever hear, you know, money earning? Because just me in high school, I didn't really hear it till when Hev took off with the first album. But I wasn't there when Mark was growing up. But did you hear anything like that, my brother?
I tell you where I first heard money on the Mount Vernon, on the block, 3rd Street. You know, brothers on the block getting money, buddy. Butt up, Tootie, and all them and stuff like that. And Jerry Myers, Heavy Broke, all right, used to be on the block. You know, they was getting money. It's money on the Mount Vernon. They get money on, and all these cats get money. The funny thing is that if you ever watch a documentary, you know what I'm saying, on Rough Riders, when D was talking about he was on Mount Vernon, 3rd Street on the block, you know, they get money, how hemp was coming through with these cars. Right? So the first time I heard money earning Mount Vernon was the cats out there hustling, getting money. And then Ev and the boys, you know, put Mount Vernon on the map. And I just want to say that, you know, I am so proud of Heavy D and the boys and stuff like that for what they did for the culture, what they did for Mount Vernon, how much respect, you know, and Pete Rock, CL Smooth, you know, all these cats, man, you know what I'm saying? Those cats that came behind us, you know what I'm saying, they deserve all the accolades and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, they have, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace and stuff like that, man, you know what I'm saying? But those was the first cats my whole life that I heard money on Mount Vernon. So I just have to say, you know, all respect, you know what I'm saying, Heavy D and the boys, and thank them, you know what I'm saying, for what they did for our city.
Exactly.
Cats, man.
Well, all of y'all put it down like you said. Everybody planted the seed so the next flower in the garden could grow. And we have a beautiful garden in Mount Vernon of hip hop and music. Very beautiful garden of just so many different flowers out there. And that's what this is about, giving them flowers. Okay, that's super dope. So, yo, man, just to change the dynamics a little bit. What a brother like you doing nowadays, man?
Man, I got my sights towards Africa, man. You know, if you look at my Facebook page, I got, you know what I'm saying, you know, Rabbi Kohe, Tanya Haledi. And he's in Ghana, West Africa. He's originally from Mount Vernon. And I know him for years. I was in his art class. You know, I used to go to Berry Chief. And that's where the Most High, you know what I'm saying, is, you know, is directing. So I pray that I get there. But my plan is, you know what I'm saying, to go join him, you know, and live out the rest of my days, you know what I'm saying, in Africa, you know, and but I'll be in touch with everybody, that's for sure.
That's a beautiful thing, brother. I hang out with a lot of brothers from the motherland too, man, and you know, they invited me into their homes, and it's just beautiful, and I'm glad a lot of us, just like yourself, is opening up our temples, our mind, and our risings to not just conquer where we come from, but be a piece of the universe, because it is ours. The Most High has gave us this, but sometimes we limit ourselves. But that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a real beautiful thing. So,
yeah, remember when we spoke, it was the Sabbath, you know what I'm saying? He said, oh, it's the Sabbath. Well, you know what I'm saying? I respect that and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I do the best I can to keep God's laws, statutes, commandments while I'm here. But the blessing of going, you know what I'm saying, going to Africa, man, you know, and doing it there, trying to live biblically, you know, that's what my heart is at.
That's dope. So let me just ask you this, man. Do you ever have flashbacks of DJ Blade coming back out of retirement, putting the cape on, pulling the sword out, cutting them up?
On that jacket, seeing disco on it. You know, the funny thing is that whenever we talk about stuff that happened in the past, man, you know, I get pulled in. I love all the stuff we used to do, man, back in the day. And if I get a chance to be the Most High's will, I'd love, you know what I'm saying, to be able to tell that story in a book or something like that, man, you know what I'm saying? And, because it has a lot of avenues, you know, we did a lot of things. You know, I go home to Mount Vernon now, and it's different, all right? Because when we was growing up on the 9, man, you know what I'm saying, like, 4th Street was popping, you know what I'm saying, you get the basketball leagues and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And I understand now, you know what I'm saying, it was wild when we were younger. We fought, all right? It's no different now, but I think that, you know, the thing now is that the city hall and the community needs to come back together, you know what I'm saying, and go the right direction. Memorial Field being put back together and opened up, that's another cornerstone of the community, because he's had family, African Family Day there every summer. And, you know, that's where Heavy, you know what I'm saying, Melt Soul for real. He was brother. Down at African Family Day. They performed at African Family Day. We got a lot of rich history, man, you know what I'm saying, in Mount Vernon, man. The new brothers that are coming up now, I heard some of the brothers that are rapping, you know what I'm saying, in Mount Vernon now, Hilltop and stuff like that. These cats are monsters. If you cats go out there, man, you know what I'm saying, and you shop your own deal and start your own company and get that paper, man, that's the next level. That's the next level. Start your own record label, man. Get your own, you know what I'm saying, get your own artists, do what everybody else did. Do it publicly. Do what D and them did, you know what I'm saying, with Jay-Z and them. Start your own joint, man, you know what I'm saying? And take it to the limits. If
people wanted to hear make this a night to remember. Your joint, DJ Blade. How can they hear that? Is it on YouTube? Is it on any like Spotify, any streamings, or it's just in the archives and they can't?
Oh no, you can pull it up anytime, man. Just go to YouTube or Google, you know what I'm saying? Jam to the Floor. It'll come up. It'll be a red label with Grand Groove Records, and that's something kind of funny. You know, we was having so much fun as kids. I didn't sign to no record label. I wasn't signed to Brad. We went in there just having fun, man. We did the record. He got paid for it, but I got paid as well, man, because I started promoting parties. You know, I was able to get bigger venues, put out more flyers. I drive my mopeds. Solid C was in the back. We throwing flyers, pork chips, and New Shell. You know what I'm saying? And we had a ball. Back in the day when the boys club would charge $1 to get in, and come out of there $1,200 one night.
That's dope. That's dope, my brother. So, hey, man. Hey, so, if you had to, and I know you probably been around many places, if you had to, give me like 2 magical moments, man, just in hip hop when you was coming through. If it was probably seeing a hip hop group you looked up to, or some MCs and DJs, or just you going somewhere turning it out and the crowd just was so off the chain. It was like, yo, when you went home, it was like, yo, man, like, wow. Just give me a storyline, if you give me 2, where it just took you. It took your heart and you was like, yo, I'm here. This is super dope what we doing.
All right. One story like I told about when I was in the recording record studio, the radio station with Molly Marvis and Management, those guys, you know, we was having so much fun. Studio, man, you know what I'm saying? I had so much fun, man, you know what I'm saying? The second thing that I can say, I had a lot of fun because, you know what I'm saying, we played Radio City Music Hall. All right? I was in this, I had a group, man, you know what I'm saying? And Tom Chief, who's Easy Mike's brother from the Furious 5, and he passed now. King Lou, which is Mel and Creole's brother. And we had another guy, Rashid. And we got in this 10-pound apple contest. And if you watch Crush Groove with the Fat Boys, that same contest they won is the contest that we were in. And they won the contest, they got the record deal. But it was just so much fun, you know, and never knew it was going to be a movie. But going through the fever and everything we were doing, New Edition wasn't in the contest. That was just a prop for the movie. Donnie Simpson wasn't in the contest. That was a prop for the movie. Mr. Magic was replaced by Donnie Simpson when they did the movie. But we just had so much fun, man. Radio City and my mother and my cousin Erica Jackson coming out. That was real big for me. And let me rewind a little bit. I'm living in Burnside in the Bronx, work for Citibank. And I get up to number 4 train and I'm walking up Burnside the hill and I see Melody Mel on the phone, right? And this is back when the message is out, you know what I'm saying? They doing their thing, they number 1. So I said, yo, excuse me, Mel, do me a favor. Can I talk to you for a minute when you get off the phone? He said, sure. So I wait for him to get off the phone, man. He gets off the phone and we start talking. We start walking up the hill. He lived a block before I did on Burnside in the Bronx, right? So when I met Mel and started talking to Mel, because I said, you know, from Mount Vernon, out here, you know, I'm trying to, you know, find some rappers, everybody who can rap. He said, my brother got a group. And so he introduced me to his brother, Lou. All right? I remember meeting the whole family and stuff like that. And me and Kid Creole, Daddy, we became real close, you know? And my brother, keep your head up, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm praying for you. These cats introduced me to Mercedes. Been driving them since. I used to drive Dan's, Kid Creole's. And one time, him and Mel had an apartment on 3rd Street, right across the street from, what was that club on the corner in the Heights on 3rd Street? Recovery Room. Remember the Recovery Room?
Yes, I remember the Recovery,
yeah. Street from there, you know? And one night, me and Creole hanging out, we go downtown to the Stardust Ballroom? Stardust Ballroom. And I think Dougie Fresh was doing something at the Stardust, right at that time. No, Apollo Theater. Excuse me. The Apollo Theater. And we in the back of the Apollo. Eric B comes out with somebody, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know the dude he was with. So he looked at the car, I'm in the driver's seat, and he said, is that armed with Creole? And Creole looked at me and started laughing. He said, you do look like my kid a little bit and stuff, man. I started laughing off it too. But those were some of hit the bunch up a bit, man, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, I'm just sitting back, you know what I'm saying, relaxing, you know, I can play music like 7 minutes of funk, and it'll take me back to some of this fun we had as kids, you know, for real.
Wow, that was super dope, yo. So look, man, before we wrap it up, man, you know, our youth is going through a lot of things. You know, we got some of our friends going through a lot of things. A lot of people passing COVID, a lot of people stressing. Mental illness is very powerful, you know, and we got a lot of cats that's just trying to fight through all this and survive. Like, I just want to give you flowers. You're looking very good, my brother. Straight, always king. So just the youth, what would you tell them? Because I like to give the youth somebody that's strong, been there, done that, is still doing it, regardless what life has to offer. They're going to also give life something to offer from themselves, and sometimes that's the better half of themselves, or that's just blessing other folks, or that's just making it through this with a spiritual mind and just letting your spirituality take you where it needs to take you. But what would you tell the young ladies, the young males today with music or with life? What would, before we wrap this up, what would you just, you know, what's a message from DJ Blade, man?
Get this book. Read this book. When you read this book, you read Deuteronomy, and it's going to talk about people that was captured, traveled to a strange land, and soldiers for X amount of years. Read the book. Talk to the Most High. Let him into your heart. Let him into your life. You know, the funny thing, I say it funny in a laughing manner. I'm just saying, like, you know, mysteriously, we always went to church. You know, our mother would get us dressed, send us to Sunday school and stuff like that, send us to church as kids. You know, we get a Easter suit, we go to church. All right? But there have been so many times in my life, if it had not been for the Lord that was on my side, I mean, Israel say, things would have been a lot different, because life's about choices. And this is the key right here. This is the key. The Bible, the book, the real book.
I appreciate that, my brother. Yes.
I commend you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, you doing your thing. I'm proud of you. You know, and, you know, with family, you know, my aunt, you know what I'm saying? You're about to come up to New Rochelle and stuff like that, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, man, I'm going to be out there to see you soon, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you, man, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you always been, you know what I'm saying, that brother.
Thank you, my brother, and I can't wait to see you. And I can't wait to see you in the physical, because I always got you in the spiritual, brother. So you're always here with me in the spiritual. But I can't wait to see you in the physical, where I could touch you, man. We could go eat, chill, man. I got you around Cali, yes, sir. You know, your aunt will be out here in June with my dad. They coming out here for 2 weeks in June. So, yeah, my dad will be.
Well, y'all send me a cigar, man, because if I can get away, I'll be out there, man, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna send some. I'm gonna send her some back, or I'm gonna get your address. And what I do in Vegas, I go live with you, and we'll look at some joints. I pick out some joints for you, and I got you. I send some to you. Yeah, that's my word. Yes, sir. We appreciate you, my brother, man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Blade, money earning Mount Vernon, hip-hop pioneer. We know it's 55 years in the game. This brother was here before hip-hop. He was here before hip-hop. He was here when hip-hop was birthed. Yeah, he was here when hip-hop was birthed, y'all. So you can't tell him too much about B-boys, DJs, who was this. He was here when it was being birthed, when the woman opened the legs and gave birth to hip-hop. To all you kings and queens.
Grandmaster Flash, you know what I'm saying? Africa Bambaataa, you know? Breakout, you know what I'm saying? All these cats, you know what I'm saying? Man, those are my, you know what I'm saying? Early pioneers, all my heroes, man, you know what I'm saying? I give homage to them cats, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, God bless them.
You heard it from yours best right here, DJ Blade. We love you, my brother. Always a blessing, King. No doubt, man. We salute greatness, my brother. You have a blessed one, King. And thank you once again, man. Yes, sir. My brother.
One.